Minnesota Community Pride Day at the State Fair with In Commons. David, tell us who you are, why you're here, and what you're up to.
Thank you. The group I represent is Beyond the Yellow Ribbon, Southeast Minnesota. We're a group of volunteers that support military families in our midst. That's as simple as we can make it. And we started about 2 years ago. This was an initiative by the former governor's wife, Mary Pawlenty, for a statewide recognition of the families who are left behind with deployed soldiers and the service members who are out there doing the job for us. And really, this group came up together as just all volunteers. We're all walks of life. We have some military, ex-military. We have a lot of people who have specific skills that are needed in the community, child care, those kind of things. And so we match up resources in the local community in southeast Minnesota with the families who need them. That's our first priority. Secondly, we try to schedule events and different things for the families to do regularly. Once a month we have a community connections meeting in the fall, winter, and spring where we bring together service members, families. It could be siblings, it can be moms and dads, really anybody connected with that family, and they just basically get together to chat. It's kind of a nice thing. So our ongoing mission is really just to support those families, to make sure that they're taken care of while their loved ones are serving.
So supporting the families in as much or more so than the actual service members?
Yes, we actually have some service members who do come back or aren't yet to be deployed, and we try to make as much available for them as well. We know that they're concerned with either coming from deployment, going to deployment, or if there are even other branches. We started out as a National Guard support, more or less, in the Army, and it has branched out to all branches of the service. So we have Air Force, Marine, Navy people that are part of this. And so, yeah, it really, we also are trying to educate the local public of our mission, of the needs of these families.
David, how have the needs of military families changed in kind of the current 9/11 generation compared to military families in previous wars?
Well, this deployment of National Guard is relatively unprecedented in the last decade. These are people who are the weekend warriors. They are not necessarily designed, or they have not been designed for that type of deployment, but the mission has changed, and with the mission the families have had to change with that as well. We have people that are spread out all over this country. In Rochester you may have somebody that comes in that's part of a different unit in Illinois or in Wisconsin, and we just basically try to identify those people through our publicity efforts. It's a challenge because there's some privacy issues. We don't want to pry into families' lives, and we certainly respect the privacy of these people. But if they want to be part of our organization, either as a volunteer, which is very nice, or if we can have some way to help them. Sometimes we work with their faith communities to identify them. Sometimes we work with other civic organizations just to make sure that they know we're there. And they may not need our services, but we are there to help them. And the change that we've seen over the years is really just basically seems to be longer deployments, more deployments, and we're just there to support the moms and the dads who are left behind.
The criteria for the award that you've been given is that your organization is moving beyond current economic challenges with creative and proactive community and economic development innovations. Reflect on those words for a second, if you could.
Well, I guess economic environment, we have people who are deployed, families who do run into a situation where they're still getting the military pay. Mom may work, dad may work back home, but a big part of what we do is to support through some of the volunteerism. We have businesses, actually local businesses, who sign on to this. We vet them through our system. We make sure that they're able to support the families as well. But some of them donate their time, some of them donate their services, and so we work to basically get these people the support that they need without having to necessarily tax the other resources of the county, of the city, of the state, if we can help it. But definitely, there are those other resources. But if we can come to them with a complete package of either support through child care or through some other necessary service for their home, then they're not taxing the economic help from their local governments.
Right. To what extent is this being done in other communities, other states? So is this really unique?
Well, this is a statewide effort. Rochester and Olmsted County in southeast Minnesota was one of the first to jump on it, but there are statewide, I don't recall exactly how many are available in Minnesota, but this was started again by Mary Palenti, and it has grown. The Minnesota National Guard took over ownership of it last summer, and it's continued on. We hosted Winona and some of the other communities around that area. Albert Lee, I believe, was there as well, Owatonna. On Wednesday, we had Governor Mark Dayton, who is also a supporter of what we're doing, and we had them in Rochester, and it's just a great thing to see that kind of support, not only for our community, but as it's branching out across the state. And there are actually other states now that are developing these kinds of programs.
Great. Well, David, congratulations on the award. Good work. Thanks for talking with us.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.